What's up, gang? This is part 2. I'm shopping out the Secret Service by Data East. Last video we basically went through and did some troubleshooting and tried to figure out diagnosing what the problems were and what we're going to need in parts. Let's say our main issue here was we had no flippers, and then we found out that we had no pop bumpers either. And so we looked, there were some coils that were burnt up, we had some bad wiring, we had some bad coil diodes, which all of that will cause transistors back here to blow, and then the pre-drive transistors also to blow in most cases. So I went through and I changed all of these and then changed the coil transistors down here. Also the little pre-drive transistors there. I also was worried that this relay here will kick on the coils when you start a game. So you know how if the game's not started, you can't flip the flippers. So once the game starts, this relay here will flip them on, and that wasn't happening. So I found there was, let me zoom in a little bit better, this little guy right here, that was bad. And then these two little chips up here, it's kind of messy. I don't know that they were bad, but they do have something to do with that, and so I'm hoping that fixed that part of that issue. The current state of it is flippers are good, they work, but we still have a lot of problems. There's a ball search problem that happens in the beginning of the game. I'll show you that in just a second. We have it just spits balls out endlessly. It never ends a game. We also have this sling isn't working, and the pop bumpers aren't working, and then this little kick out here is kind of intermittent, and then I don't know what I need to do, but I haven't got the ball eater or whatever it is there to pop up. We don't have any GI lighting still. We have a display out, and we need to check this ball trough switch area because that might be causing the ball search. So still a lot of different problems, but let's go ahead and I'll show you this, and then we'll take a look at these switches here, and then we'll go all the way through the play field and just start looking for switch problems. See if we can't find it there. If it's not, if we get everything fixed there, then we know we got to go into the back box. So I just want to show this problem that I'm having whenever I start the machine up. It's like it goes into a ball search mode, and this goes up and down, and the little elevator thing over there goes up and down 5 or 6 times. Here we go. Hang on one second. There we go. So that's going up and down, up here, in the saucer. But the switches for the balls are fine. It knows they're in there for whatever reason. Pull this apron off here. This ball situation in here that's not hitting the switches correctly. If we take that off, then we can get a much better look at it in here. All right. Let's see, you can see the switches. So let me show you. See there, 1, and then 2, and then 3, and then I'll show you when we put the balls in there. No, wrong way. So that one hits the first switch, no problem. I need to do this a little slower. That one hits the second switch, and I adjusted this, but I don't know if it'll hit it yet. It looks like it hit it. Not quite enough. It needs about that much more before it actually clicks the switch. Okay, so here's the trough. So the balls are all in here. You can see that this switch is pulled down, and there's the leaf for it there. The second one is down, but it hasn't triggered that switch. And then we have the third one that's here, and we have the same problem. Let's see if I can show you. It is right here where my finger is. Here. Okay, see that thing hitting that switch right there? Now watch when I actuate it. There it is. So it's not it's not clicking until it gets there. And that, I don't know if you can see, there it is. It's about there. So I need to bend this where it's up higher, and we'll push it down lower. And then this one, I think I finally got it where it's hitting the ball. Yeah, it is. So I think that one's good. 1 and 2, we just need to get this third one going, and then that will be good. It's probably going to be too hard to hear this, but you have to listen for a click, and these need to be high enough that they're not going to go underneath this rail and get stuck. But if you listen, click, click, click. That was the one I was having problems with. Yeah, let's get it now. Look at this shooter rod. Didn't have a rubber on it for years.
How dare you!
I don't even think we could use that anymore. That's awesome. Check out that shooter rod. But I want to go through and test all of the diodes and make sure they're all good. And let's just make sure everything is square here before we go and look at the back box, because I can tell we're already going to have some. This is the right flipper coil, and I was in here testing diodes, and I noticed that this right diode over here is exploded, and this flipper capacitor had come unsoldered. I don't know if hopefully they're related, and that's the only problem it is. The transistor's fine, but just checking all these little diodes, because there's something wrong in here that's making it do that ball search, and it wasn't this diode. This diode was just shorted because the switch was closed. So still looking, but that's definitely a problem. I'm gonna fix that. Here's some stuff that I found digging around. So this is the center ball save thing, and this wire isn't soldered in, and I don't know if it matters, but it should be soldered here, not up there. What else did I find? There were some wires broken in several spots. Okay, this flipper capacitor, whatever it is, one of the legs on it, if we can get it, get my finger out of the way there. That part, yeah, not that, but that part right there is just loose and not soldered to anything. And then, oh, I think I got an issue either with this fuse or this relay, because all of a sudden these guys stopped working again. So got some switch issues. But I'm finding stuff as I go through. I'm going to show you this flipper diode. This one right here. When we get a little higher. Let me see where we at. There we go. That ain't going to work. Ignore that crazy solder job. But that one's going to be replaced. And this weird 70s garage power cord's got to be replaced. So you can see as I tilt this back, this end of this loosened harness here is catching on the back of this play field, and there's some like flasher bulbs and stuff back there, and that had actually ripped the wire that I was tracing that went all the way through here, through the pop bumpers up to this ramp switch. Looks like we had an accident here. Oh, resistor array, that yellow thing on the end there, caught on fire as I was getting stuff hooked up. I finally figured out, I think 3 of the coils, a few of the switches that weren't hooked up, but now that they are, phew, that guy toasted. But that could have been why I was having so many freaking weird readings too. But hopefully it didn't kill everything all the way up through here and back through here. Good times. I think it's just that resistor array. I think everything else has just got soot damage. We'll find out though. Right here is where we're looking, and that resistor array, which is one of the things I had suspected as being bad. It's one like this. Let me see if I can get a better look at it. It totally caught on fire. And then these guys, I think, are probably toast from this catching on fire. And then I think these just have smoke damage. I'm hoping that I'm definitely going to change those two ICs there. They are 4011s, but let's see, I got all the stuff already marked that I thought was problematic anyway. This 6821, then these two guys here, they are 7406s, and then I changed these two guys up here already, and this guy is the other. So really this one, that resistor array, and then possibly this 6821 was where I was about to head to change next, because I thought that was where the switch problem, because the coils I think work fine. I think it's just the switches aren't registering. So that would be a problem right there that would cause that. So what I need to replace on here, I'm going to go ahead and replace that resistor array, and I would say this one as well. All of these resistors and diodes are going to get changed. I'm going to change these, change this guy, and then I'm probably going to change these two here. And then I don't know if I'm going to change this one yet. I have one extra that I can put here, but that would be the one that I was going to put here. So maybe I'll order another one of these. But I'm definitely going to have to order those. Well, I might have some of those. A lot of these little ICs, this one, probably another one of those, a couple of these, and these over here might actually have gotten burnt too, but I don't think so. Maybe these two at tops. So that is that, and I think that will get all of the switch issues and coil issues. But the only other problem really is that there's no general illumination lighting, and there's a board in the very back, in the bottom back there, and I'm going to go ahead and pull it just in case I need any parts off of it, but I think that could be part of the problem. It's possible that something on that line could be shorted, and that caused the resistor array to fry, but I think it was already on its last leg, and I think just everything hooked up got it that time, I think, personally. But if you can see down here behind that mess, there's a board with a bunch of big ceramic resistors on it. That's what I'm going to pull out. So this is the marshmallow roasting board. And other than it being super, super dirty, it really doesn't look that bad. There's nothing that looks like it caught on fire on this one. The relay is probably bad. And probably, I'm sure, a couple of these have been broken from a ball falling out the backside of that thing. But I got a bunch of these diodes already too, so I don't have to worry about that. So I think with that board, I don't have to worry about it too much.